What is up, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, day traders, cloud swing traders? Hope you guys are doing absolutely fantastic. We got Albert in the house. Good morning to you. Good morning to Andy, Bill, Cindy, Dustin in the house. Good morning to you. We got Frank, Georgia, GW. Good morning, Jay, Jeffrey, Jennifer. The squad is here. Lots of J's today. We got Justin. Good morning to you. Malik, Rick, Tim, Wendy's in the house. Good morning to all of you, all my people out in YouTube land. I appreciate you joining us. We got Leonard. We got Brian. We got Mari Mar Trades in the house. Good morning to all you guys, all my lurkers in the background. Whew. It's okay, even if you don't say nothing. I still love you. Just hit that like and subscribe button, and let's see what we got. The Bulls are fighting, man. Woo, fighting. So here's the question. Here's the question. We got some tickers coming in. Oh, this is gonna be a good day. This is gonna be a good day. I feel it. Every day's a good day. We got Spy. Question is, yesterday was that a retest or was that a buy the dip opportunity? We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days in a row. We kind of went over some scenarios of most likely, even though we were opening in a good spot, which again, we're opening right above that good spot today. You have a few days profitable. We do have looming double top. You got that big magical 600 number, which we were able to break through, just not able to hold. To me, right now at least, and even up to probably about 30 minutes ago, it was kind of questionable. It was like, oh man, we're still down here. We still got to fight. Right now, they're rallying it back. This right now still looks like we just had a good retest, and great location if we could open here. I like this location a lot. Still inside day, so maybe a little bit of chop. Maybe we don't open and just take off, but in a longer term picture, we could stay right above. I think my line in the sand on this one is somewhere around 598.67. Somewhere around there, if we can stay above there, we could get it closed today. Maybe again, this is a strange week. It's gonna get stranger. It doesn't mean that we can't trend and rally pretty big. It just means that there's not really that much volatility and volume is kind of light. Spreads get weird. Things get pushed in strange directions. So for day traders, it's tough. If you're in there for swings, you can see some really nice returns during the week, but it's not that not as volatile, especially probably after 10:30 today. We start dying down. Tomorrow's rough. Tomorrow, by the way, for anybody that is in the trade room, we'll probably go to like I want to say 11, 10, 10:30, 11, just depends on where we're at volume wise. And then the update was I did speak to Tony. Tony says RLT is closed on Friday. I was like, maybe we could do the morning. He's like, why? You're covering the first hour. Hopefully, maybe there's something. He's like, it's dead. I'm like, yeah, that's true. That's true. So we'll be closed on Friday. Give everybody some time to hit those Black Friday deals. Oh, Black Friday deals. Uh-huh. Keep an eye out. I don't know when the email comes, but I've seen some listings for some Black Friday deals look crazy. So if there's an opportunity where you wanted to see some of the courses on RLT, this might be a good opportunity. There's a couple of courses I think listed. There's some mentorship groups. The one that I was talking about yesterday, which we do have, I don't know where that waitlist thing is. I'll throw it in the chats, but we do have the group that I was spending a considerable amount of time on kind of building out. We do have that course, and they listed it under Black Friday too. So uh you get 500 off that course too. That starts in January, 3-month course. You get all of the lessons, everything for that month up front. So it gives you enough time to review it. And then we do meet twice a week. I don't know where that link is. It's got to be somewhere. Hold on. I'll see if I can find it for people in case you guys missed it. And then for anybody that was interested in the options course that we do of how to consistently make money using options, I do have one of those courses going on now. So far, so good. But that one we're going to do in January, starting in January 2. That's going to be listed. I know Tony's got some stuff listed. Johnny's got some one-on-one coaching, Stephen King. So check that out. It might come today, I think. Keep your eyes peeled for Black Friday specials. I can't even find the link, so we'll see. Otherwise, I was going to throw it in the chats. But otherwise, just either email me, dan@reallifetrading.com if you're interested, or shoot me a message in Slack. For the day traders in the community in the Slack channel, the link is in there too. But we'll see. Q's. Q's we got good little gap up. Still not quite breaking the resistance. The only real benefit yesterday, the only real benefit is that we did get up to that next resistance. We did hit it. Uh Again, it was a retest gap, but now that we hit this, it is a little bit easier to break through. It doesn't mean it happens today. No, and then after we do beat it, we got some kind of monster resistance. Almost, I feel like we need some kind of a news story or something. We're kind of through all the tech earnings, but there's a big massive resistance 513.25 all the way up to like 513.77. So we'll call it like 514 and it closes above that. I think we have the ability to rip. Still inside day, so probably a little choppy out of the gate. And I'd still look at this 510.61 as resistance. I'm still looking at probably now yesterday's VPOC as support, so somewhere around 506.50. But to that resistance, if we could get up there, if this market wants to stay bullish, it would be a little bit easier to do so. Maybe a little more volume in the market would be useful, helpful for us to kind of make that push through it. But those are my two spots for today. So the bad news inside day, you probably get a little stubbornness on some of those trades until we don't. But I think all of this is still kind of just a retest. I wouldn't freak out, sell everything. Not quite yet. I'll let you guys know when I decide to. If it's in the long term, it would be never. Maybe 10 years. So we'll see how it goes. We got TLT. A little bit of gap down. Good move on this one. I was looking for a close above 92.62. We did hit that. So we broke through it, got a nice close at 92.73. A little bit of a gap down today. It is a gap and go to the bear side of things, but there's a big support zone that, again, now that we got the close above it, we'll see. So again, I don't know if I want to day trade this one, but if you do, I would use yesterday's candle. You still have some good risk reward in a potential bullish direction. Although I don't know if that's the I think I'd just rather not trade it today. You have support all the way down to like 91.79. So we'll see if TLT can start to hold those levels. But the fact that we're holding 90, stabilizing a little bit, we do have that good gap up, and we'll see if we get some continuation. All right, we got coin on the list, so we'll take a look at Bitcoin first. BTC, USD couldn't do it. Some people are just a little sad that we couldn't hit 100K. In my opinion, why does it matter? What else? I mean, yeah, that's cool just to say it hit 100K, but it's up massively for the year. You do have Michael Saylor meeting with Microsoft and some other companies and going around trying to get like a proof case for Bitcoin, trying to get them to throw it in some of their treasury accounts. I I think if you're a crypto head, if you're a Bitcoin loving human being, I think the fact that you got very close and even that you're sitting today on this pullback at 91,000, you had a good push, you had a good run. I don't think I think this confirms anything your beliefs about Bitcoin. So I don't think, I mean, what's the big deal with 100K? Got front run a little bit. I want to be too trippy, too sad. Because now you still have that 100K mark, but if you start to hit that 100K, you probably hit 103, 105, probably continues to go higher, but you got there without any real pullbacks whatsoever. So I think this is still a healthy pullback. My 20 EMA is sitting at 89,380. And right now looks like we're hitting some kind of support. Coinbase still in chop zone. This would be a bearish gap and go. You do have Bitcoin coming down too. Otherwise, I got support at 293.51 and 285.15. I personally, I don't think I would trade this one. Maybe I don't really want to trade it with Bitcoin coming down, but otherwise, you do have a little risk reward bullish from here. I'd still wait to see if you get at least to 293.51 if you're going to try to make a play. You don't really want to see kind of probably this candle from Friday get taken out. But even if it does, you got one more support right below you. You're getting a little close to that 20. And for right now, we're just still in that consolidation. I'd rather almost take a look at this one and just do nothing until you probably come down to this level or you get up to this level, right? And that's probably where I would go short. This is where I would go long. and then kind of just play this range back and forth until you get a break in either direction. But yeah, I would personally, I don't know if we have, and again, keep in mind the volume's going to be a little light. Morning should be okay, but um, until it actually makes a move, I think you gotta wait for those extreme lows to extreme highs. Nvidia, we got. I had a pretty solid support we were playing around with yesterday. We still have this high wave indecision candle. Yesterday gave us confirmation that it probably not the same bullish sentiment that we had prior or running into that earnings report. Good close right at that 100, and now you are gapping back above that little resistance. I think people will still continue to look to buy Nvidia for the long term at almost any level, especially if people missed it and want to start some buying positions or starting positions. That being said, it's an okay gap. Again, still inside day candle. I could look at like a 50% retracement of this one. Um, Probably the 618 actually would get us right around here is the 618, but it also kind of lines up with a whole bunch of different support. So I think if you're going bullish, watch for like 140.05. If you start to break that, you might have room up to like 142.07. Other than that, if at open, and again, right here where we open, probably a non-play. I'd want to see where NVIDIA actually pushes first. But if we get back all the way down to 137.58, I would continue to look bullish. You still have yesterday's VPOC 137.13. So if I get stops underneath, if I can get as close as possible on my entry to one, yeah, this is exactly how I play it. Actually, if I could get a pullback at open, maybe it doesn't happen. Who knows? But 137.13, that gives me a stop underneath yesterday's candle somewhere. And that would give me good risk reward if we bounce. And I think that's how I would have to try it. But for me at open, probably no play. Let's see how this one kind of pushes that initial direction. But I'll use yesterday's VPOC. It is a gap and go, so slightly bullish sentiment. Not an overwhelming amount though. So I'd see if we get that fade, and then maybe bulls want to try to step in and try to play some of that retest. We got NNE. We got Tesla on the list too. NNE. Um, I don't know. Retail. This is a retail love stock, but it's also kind of I would say it's more of a newer retail love stock. It's already had crazy runs from September all the way down at like $6.63. You're getting it kind of high. You did have some, I guess, positive developments in the space under the Biden administration recently. So you might get some news that kind of pushes with it, and maybe this thing continues higher. Otherwise, longer term, you got up to some really good resistance. 32.10 looked like you were about to break. Got the gap and go. Probably a little bit more profit taking on this one. But again, inside day, small little gap up. I think if you're looking for a short or attempt to go short, 29.12. The only thing I would say against that one is again, it's had a good move since September. You have positivity. You got retailers. You even got like GameStop pushing and all that stuff too. So retailers are here to play. They're all taking the risk on effect, and this one probably benefits from it. I think it might have a short float, decent short float to it. So I don't know. If you like it longer term and you're just trying to build a position on it, for me, I'd have to do a lot more research on this one to see if I want to get in when we're up almost 300%. Um, Again, inside day. If this one pulls back to 25.57, you want to try to go long. I get it. And then back to like 29.17. Otherwise, it's just kind of hanging out for now. Hanging out for now, longer term, at least recent longer term, is bullish. Tesla. Tessie. Uh. This one, we'll have to see where it opens. Not a great display of bulls yesterday. I would not say this is the poster child of a bullish setup for today. After that bearish engulfing close that came in. Um, this is, I think, all going to depend on where it opens. I do have a call for December, so I would like to go for that. So keep in mind, I'm a little biased. But if we open at, I think, 340.50, we're gonna have some resistance, but 344.02, and then I think you have a shot back to 349.66. If we're opening under 340.45, where we're sitting now, I would have to be a little concerned. Probably trying to play it to the bear side a little bit more. We still have all the way down to 228.59, and then ultimately a pullback to 319.46 is still healthy. So I almost think there's better room to the bear side than to the bull side right now. We had a good opportunity, a great run. Again, the bulls just could not hold on, but this is also profit taking. I don't think sentiment really changed. I think that you got an opportunity at almost new highs. You had new highs, and you kind of sold off on this one. So I'd be cautious in the bullish direction. But I would be very curious to play this one bearish for today. And then also, since I have the call in a bullish direction, playing it to the bear side and essentially trying to make that call free, I think would be fantastic. But it's so far not a great open, and I would be leaning a little bit more bearish on it. Let's see how that one opens. Let's see how that one opens, but it's got a lot of room to the downside. I kind of like it. I kind of sneakily like it to the bear side. MSTR. Again on this one, and already had just an absolute monster of a pullback in one day, $100 craziness. But if Bitcoin does pull back, and again, it's entitled to, it's already had a incredible run. Why is PLTR? What happened with that one? Huh? Is anybody else's trading view not showing you PLTR? The the ticker's still there. I don't know. Yours did that too, Scott? Yeah, yours is red. You had to re-add it? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Sell everything. Invalid symbol? Yeah. Why though? The stock is still there. I don't know. That's it works. Yeah, no, the ticker's there, the info, but on the sidebar on the chart. Oh, they moved exchanges? Uh-huh. That's right. Interesting. MSTR again, as Bitcoin pulls back, this will pull back quicker. So be careful on that. And Bitcoin is currently pulling back. How far it pulls back to, who knows? But just absolutely rocket ship type trading on MSTR. Uh, if you're looking for any type of support, we did get down there already on the 21st, perfectly into that last little support. So look for support around 371.43. Maybe it could hold up again. Otherwise, if that starts to break, you have room down to 335.36. You do have some wide open gaps down here as well, but before you even get there, I think pretty solid level to consider if you are bullish on it. 322.88 looks a little bit weaker for now. Probably not a short out of the gate. See if this one actually gets bought up, and then if you do want to short this, I'd be looking for somewhere close to 401.94. If you want to try to hop into the short side of things, and I'd probably throw stops at like 457.43. And that will cover you in case Bitcoin does pull back a little bit further as well. Let me see if I could add that PLTR back to the list. Let's see if they let me. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta do this one. Palantir. So they're on the NASDAQ. I was like, huh, okay. Why don't they just leave it on my list and change the exchange? Not even sure why I'm throwing this so high on the list. All right, we'll see. Let's go to yeah, we had a couple retail names putting out earnings. Gap wasn't one of them. We've already had the earnings on them, but you do have Kohl's that came out. They reported they're getting a little bit clobbered today. Otherwise, the Gap monster move. Not loving the open, but we'll see where this thing actually opens. Could be a little spready. I think if we get the open, and again, I'd still this one I would probably still wait for a breakdown candle. So see if you get a green candle there first, especially a high, like a green high wave candle. But I'd be looking to see if you could get a breakdown anywhere under 2464. You have nothing but room all the way back down. Targets for today probably 2353. If the retail sector is a little bit weaker. KSS, they came out with earnings today, not great. They came out with a lower guidance, not helpful, but they also missed on earnings per share by 27% and 130 million on the revenue side. So pretty phenomenal dip down. And where are we? This is where we get to time travel a little bit. Do we finally close a gap? Yeah, kind of. So see if 1416 is a bounce spot. That would finally close this gap all the way from April 2020. Ouch. That being said, not a great earnings. I think their CEO stepped down yesterday too, right before earnings came out. It's almost like he knew what was about to happen. He's like, "Nah, I'm no part of that." But you might have a little bit that everything was kind of bad on Coles, honestly. That being said, you might have a little bit of support somewhere down at these 2020 levels. You're looking for a cheap, hopeful play, maybe Coles for a long term. And then you have room all the way back down to 1123 for a final retest if that happens. That's a mile and a half away from now, but I don't think there's a huge rush to get into this one. But there is some support down there for sure. And then maybe a push to like, I don't know, 1623. I don't can it do that today? That seems tough for Coles. That seems tough. Zoom also reported, yep. Zoom. I think they actually came in with a beat, but they sold off, yeah. So Zoom actually did come in with a beat by 7 cents earnings per share. So well, 7.5 essentially, but 5.66. They came in with an extra 14.28. They reported 1.8 billion. So relatively juicy earnings. Market wasn't feeling it, but you also kind of fell for that situation where you had an absolute monster move. And unless you're showing incredible growth opportunity, which I don't know that Zoom is not Nvidia, a little different, but yeah, pulling back a little bit. Look for resistance. So if you do want to go short, see if this one can get bought up first. 85.68 would be a decent entry zone. Targets down to like 83.01. If we do some extra stamina on the selling side today, we got 81.31, 81.34 to the downside for extended targets. But they did report JOBY. Joby. Um, Phenomenal candle yesterday. That's also followed by, I mean, you have one little high wave candle, but otherwise 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row. Day number 4, astonishingly bullish. You're smack in the middle of that candle for now. Not a lot of volume to really hold you up until about $7.29. And then to the high side, you got $8.24. I would think this one needs to rest a little bit. Essentially, we just went from 543 all the way up to the highs of that candle, 843. So that's a monster move. I wouldn't really want to be getting in there long. And again, this is the stock market where what you don't want to do is what actually you should be doing. So we'll see if some momentum continues. If this one starts to break out of $8.46, so essentially the high of yesterday's candle, there's nothing holding us back to about 920. That's a small move. And then you got up to $10.13, right into that $10 range. But very good consolidation, long-term consolidation. We did break once, got back into it. Now we're starting to make higher highs. Great close on it. I'd have to wait for probably you could draw a fib on this one. That would take me back to like $6.93 for an actual proper entry if you like this one. If you're in it, I mean, it still looks decent, but you're going to probably have to sit through a little pullback. All right, let's see what else we got. T-Doc. Yeah, T-Doc looks like it probably has some further. I don't know if we get to the 300 levels. Oh, we would have to probably look for another pandemic, I think. But starting to perk up a little bit. Off the lows, really, really good consolidation for a long time as the rest of the market not really doing anything. I mean, they have an actual business. Their earnings were not bad comparatively. I don't think they make money yet, but they came in at 640 million, so that's 9 million higher than expected. So could start to perk up here. Long term, I don't know if I like it. I'd have to see a couple more positive quarters for me to really like Teladoc. I know Kathy Woods was a big fan, except she sold it down here somewhere in like the $7, $8 range, I think. So she nailed the bottom, just didn't have the right entry order out, I think. You're supposed to buy at the bottom, Kathy, not sell at the bottom. But I think she's all out of this one. Otherwise, good close above that 200. I was a little skeptical on that 200 yesterday, but nice close on that one. Again, just like Joby, 1, 2, 3, 4 days in a row higher. I think a pullback maybe into that 200. Look for like a $11.53. Some kind of support on that one. But that is your morning bell. So everybody on YouTube land, make sure you guys hit that like and subscribe button. Otherwise, like I said, keep an eye out. I think the emails for Black Friday come out this today, some point. I'm not sure when. And if they don't come today, don't yell at me. Look tomorrow. I don't know. I don't know the process. Otherwise, hit that like and subscribe button. You guys are awesome, man.